States of America has a population of over 329.45 million. From 1994 to 2017, the population of immigrant children in the United States grew by 51% to 19.6 million, or 1/4 of all U.S. children.
I'm from the United States, but they were born in Nigeria.
My parents are originally from a place in southern China called Fuzhou, China.
I was born in America. Both of my parents were raised in Mexico.
My dad came here 41 years ago, and my mom came here 22 years ago.
My dad immigrated when he was 14. My mom immigrated when she married my father. She was around 20.
Well, my dad came here to go to college. He went to college at University of Houston, and then he went back to Nigeria, brought my mom over here so they could have a family.
My parents decided to immigrate over here because the States had more job opportunities that they did not have in China.
My dad moved because his father had been in America for a long time trying to find work, and my grandmother wanted the family to be together, so they came together. My mom immigrated a few years after she met my dad. My dad came back to Mexico because he missed his family. And then he met my mom, and he got a job opportunity back home in Texas, and they got married, and they moved across the border again.
One of the most difficult things being a first generation is living up to your parents' expectations because they expect highly of you.
If I'm being honest, I don't think there's really anything that's negative. I really like having diversity and like culture that's apart from what I'm around all the time, because I can share it with my friends and the people around me and just have like a second identity, I guess you could say. Not by like my friends, which are American, but they do make fun of me, like in a lighthearted way, because anytime I try to speak our language, I'm not really like good at it, and like, you know, it's like I was raised here, so I don't really know like much about like the sayings and the culture back home, but it's all lighthearted and fun.
My friends don't particularly care that I'm different. My family that lives in Texas does not, because they understand that, you know, children have to grow and make their own place in the world, whereas my family in Mexico sees me as the whitest kid there is. They call me very privileged for living in America.
I hope people become more accepting and do their research before they judge other people and other cultures, instead of just leaning on stereotypes, because I think that's really common, especially for our generation, and that they become more open with other cultures and what people do and what they believe.
I hope for future generations that wherever a place leads them to, they go and take the chance, because life is really short.
I am very proud of being a first generation. I think it's something to brag about, to have like a second culture, and I just feel like I'm really knowledgeable about like Africa and stuff, and I just think it's really cool.
I'm very proud of being a first generation. It's something that you grow to like more and more as you get older.
I am proud of being a first generation kid because even though I have some high expectations that my parents give me, I still love being first generation kid.
America, the cultural melting pot. Almost the entire population is descendant of an immigrant in one form or another, and their children, they are your doctors, your teachers, your friends. And while many of them may have to form their own path in the world, seeking the approval of both communities they're tied to, they have grown to find their own identities, passions, and communities.